Ashley, do you think that it would be truly profitable for you to go to Boston this night? Should you not rather stay here?
Abby, you know as well as I that I bring little enough money into this house, and I must put food on the table.
But your business is here.
My business here is a joke. Heaven knows your father tells me enough of
My
that.
father only wants what's best for us.
Your father wants what's best for you, and what's best for you is clearly not me. Heaven knows he tells enough people that.
Oh, Ashel, please.
He wastes no time in telling everyone what a failure I am as a businessman, as a husband, as a provider.
Ashel, surely you don't believe that my father's grievances are not my grievances? You're not a failure as a husband. My father is only concerned for our welfare. He's concerned for you and for me and for our child.
So you don't think that I, as a failure as a businessman, should head off to Boston to try to sell some eggs and perhaps bring in some money to spare your father and you some embarrassment?
Ashel, if you truly think you should go into Boston with Josiah Richardson, then by all means do so. But I do not want you for 1 minute leaving this house thinking
Abby,
that I believe you're a failure.
Abby,
You're not a failure.
Abby, I didn't mean to trouble you with this.
Trouble me? You don't trouble me, but perhaps you should.
I should. I don't understand.
Trouble me I could come to your shop. I could set out your goods so that all of the people from Woburn and Lexington and Monotony will come and buy goods from you.
So you would be my business partner.
I'm your partner in everything, my dear husband. Please, would you ride to Boston tonight? Be careful, you'll be riding in the darkness.
You don't have to worry about that. Josiah says he knows the way to Boston well. And he tells me my eggs will fetch a good price in Boston. Though Josiah's militia boys do say that the king's troops every day tend to wear a more and more warlike face.
Then come back to me soon.
I'll be back.
Earlier this morning, the Committee of Safety sent a dispatch rider into our town, whereupon my brother Daniel was given this following correspondence. The Congress, taking into consideration the cruel and arbitrary measures adopted and pursued by the British Parliament and present ministry for the purpose of subjugating the American colonies to the most abject servitude, and being apprehensive that all pacific measures for the redress of our grievances will prove ineffectual, do think that it is highly necessary that the inhabitants of this town be forthwith properly armed and disciplined for the defense of the cause of American freedom. All able-bodied men from age 16 to 50 shall with all speed furnish himself with a good musket or firelock, bayonet, sword or tomahawk, steel ramrod, priming wire, and brush fitted thereto, a cartridge box which shall contain 24 rounds of cartridges, 12 flints, and a knapsack agreeable to the discretion of the Continental Congress, under forfeiture of 2 shillings for the want of a musket or firelock, and 1 shilling for any of the above enumerated articles. Also, that every person who is directed therefore above shall at his place of abode be provided with 1 pound of powder, 3 pounds of bullets, which shall be of proper size as to fit his musket or firelock. Major.
Neighbors and friends, the day for which we have all prepared and hope not to see is upon us. We must make for Lexington at once. You will proceed with Captain Walker, and we will be but a few moments behind you.
Company, form columns of 2. Shoulder, firelocks. Forward, march.
Samuel, could the call to arms...
Baldwin, as you well know, the proper procedures are essential for maintaining the discipline that our men will need. if we are to face the king's troops. The proclamation of the call to arms must be read. And this was not an oration, Loami. You speak out of turn, sir.
There you may be correct, Samuel. My apologies. But when your brother is knocking down my door at all hours of the morning, shouting to arms, and now to stare these good men in the eyes, knowing that I take them, some of them, to death.
True. Some go towards death, but we all go toward liberty this day. And before this day is over, we will soon find what the cost of that liberty is. But these men, they trust your judgment, and they trust your leadership. Major Ball.
Thank you. Samuel, hope you don't mind me asking, but do you know of Benjamin's whereabouts today?
My good cousin Benjamin. He has been dealt with. He, indeed all the known loyalists, have been arrested.
Benjamin's been arrested? Lord, I hope we can avoid that.
You and I both know this is the best course. He awoke to the call to arms this morning just as you and I did, but he refused to muster with the men upon the grounds that he is an officer of the New Hampshire militia, and as such is not required to muster with our Woburn men. But you and I both know the real reason. His allegiance remains with the crown.
I know that, Samuel. But he is my good friend, and he is your cousin.
Be that as it may, we can't risk him passing information to the king's troops or posing a risk to our militia. He's being detained over here at James Reed's house. He's safe. And Loami, no matter what you think, I would no sooner see him harmed than you. I must detain you no longer.
Samuel, was the Liberty Pole raised today? Did you have an opportunity to speak to the men?
No, unfortunately it wasn't.
That's unfortunate. I had hoped that you had a chance to speak to the men. For them going into battle, hearing your words ringing in their ears, lifting their hearts.
Thank you, Loami. That means a lot to me. I hate to think what a formidable enemy we face this day, facing the king's troops.